Welcome, guys. So I chose fog for the effects for this following video tutorial because the issue of volumes is a very foggy issue to all of us. And I've been on this app for maybe 15 months, something like that. And it remains a cloudy issue. So I had an idea, like something just sort of hit me today that seems so abundantly obvious. And I realized it's probably equally nebulous, to other people too. And when it comes to volumes, okay, so we all struggle with volumes, right? So um, some of us more than others, it's a big conundrum. There's so many factors. Okay, what's your phone? Is it an iPhone or is it an Android? Is it an Oppo? What is it? And what's the iOS? And what headset are you using? All these variables, right? And and do your audio effects somehow affect your volumes? And what about the other person if they have reverb? How does that affect your volumes when you're recording? So it's a never-ending issue. We all go through this every day. We're like, oh fuck, like I I recorded when I played back my recording before I published, it sounded perfect. It wasn't too loud, it wasn't too soft, and it blended with the other person. And then you publish it and you go live and you hear it, it's way loud or it's inaudible. Okay? So, there's that bar that I think only sometimes appears, the volume bar, the vertical bar. I think on some phones, maybe Android, I don't know, I have iPhone, but I think it's got that sort of horizontal bar at the bottom, the volume, and you try to sort of like an equalizer. You sort of can compress it to stay within the bars, and then you know that you're not getting, I don't know, distortion or too loud or whatever. But then, like on my phone, which is like I said, an iPhone, but only on some songs, it's got like a vertical meter bar, really small. That little color bar, and then you can try to shoot for 50% or whatever to try to be consistent at least, or just find you know, a level that seems to work, pre and post, pre meaning during playback mode and post, in live. You want to find something a system that helps you match better. I still don't have that system, but the purpose of this video is really pretty specific. I had an idea today that, like I said, it seems so abundantly obvious, um, which seems to help a little bit. And that's to just remember always that when you're adjusting your volumes in playback mode before you publish, um, you should definitely be aware of what is the actual hard setting of your phone volume, right? So, like, let's say that you were busy working, like we're all busy, right? And so you were busy working, so you turned the volume of your phone down, or for whatever reason, or you were, you know, you had an incoming call, you were listening to a song, so you turned the volume down on the phone or whatever. And so and then you set it aside or whatever. And you took a call, or you answered the door, there was a package or whatever. For whatever reason, you adjusted your volume down, let's say. Well, if you forget to put it back up to what sort of an average, volume might be, then when you're adjusting volumes on your next recording, yeah, you'll probably be prompted by the fact that you can't hear the song while you're recording. But if you're kind of not paying attention to all that, when you go to adjust your volumes in playback mode on the app, you're going to adjust it way too high because your volume on your phone is going to be low. So, like, let's say you're 2 bars or whatever on your actual phone volume, you might crank it all the way up, and so it's going to be way too loud for people who have their volumes in a normal range, which I don't know what that normal range is. I don't know if studies have been done, what the average Smule sets their iPhone or their Android, or what the calibration is, between phones. Like, 7 bars on my phone. What is that on an Android? So, and the same thing goes the other way around. What if you have your volume set really high on your phone? Then you might underestimate, you might crank down your volume when you dial it in playback mode. And then when you go to publish, it might be relatively inaudible or quiet. So this is just something that hit me while I was sleeping. and that I've been doing like the past, I've been more aware of this issue like the past week, but I haven't thought to share that with others. Like I said, it's so obvious that no one probably does it. Like people, we don't routinely check our volumes on the phone before we adjust the volume bar in playback mode. That's it. So that's a super quick video tutorial or just like a tip or reminder. And it's really, in a way, I'm just doing this for myself. So I remember this myself when I see this in my little recording somewhere. But if it helps some of you guys, that's really cool also. So thank you for chilling with me. Thanks for your time. I'm going to get back to sleep. Thank you.